my name is Robert La, but you can call me Baby La. And I am running for Mayor of Los Santos.
Okay, I am Lewis Macdarra, mayoral candidate. I am a former criminal who has decided to choose a better path. My goal is to reform criminals, to create job opportunities, and essentially help people in any way that I can. If you would like to introduce yourself, Emmy.
I think you should.
Okay, to my left here is my deputy mayor candidate, Emily Housen. She is my friend, my rock. She keeps me on the straight and narrow. She is the voice of reason for a lot of things, and yeah, she wants what's best for the city also.
And last but not least,
I'm Jake McDougall, business owner of Friendly Mart, and we're currently franchising out Friendly Mart to create jobs for the city. We just have a real passion for supporting the community that supports us.
What inspired me to run for mayor? I noticed the lack of public appearances from our current mayor, and I decided, hey, I wake up every day, I work my 9 to 5 at the police department.
and what do you think is the most important skill of being a mayor of the city?
The most important skill of being a mayor for the city would be communication. You gotta communicate with the people, communicate with the, communicate with the officers, communicate with the police, communicate with the medics, communicate with the business owners. Communication is key.
And now that you have thrown your hat into the mayoral race, do you have any previous political experience, and have you run or ever held another office before?
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I was elected president of my class 7 years in a row in high school.
7 years in a row in high school. Wonderful.
Yep.
And then, have you dealt with challenges in this previous position that could translate well to the needs of a larger city such as Los Santos?
Of course I have. I took suggestions from all over the classroom, from the back to the front, to the rowdy kids, to the kid that was probably hiding a gun in his bag. I looked to help every single person I could.
What do you feel are the most pressing issues in the office you are seeking?
Well, obviously, I think the most pressing thing currently is the absence of the current mayor. That's number one. There is a lot of people out there who would like to start their own businesses to see the economy in this city rise, but they are unable to because our current mayor has a drug problem and a proclivity towards animals.
And how would you describe...
I think the people need someone to hear them. The people need someone to be there, and that is my intention. I want to be there. I want to help. I want to let the people know that they are heard.
Great job as a police officer, which I'm doing. I've been doing an absolutely great job. Never missed a day on the job. I believe I could put my skills to use. All my years of experience, I could put as a mayor, work on something bigger, move up in the ranks.
Wonderful, of course. How would you describe your current level of experience in a position like this?
I've led men and women. I've led them many different ways. Growing up in Scotland, I was one of 10 siblings from a very poor family, and I'll admit it. I when I was a young man, I led a gang of other poor children, and we did what we had to do to survive. I've led people in the battlefield. This is no different. The thing about leading people is you are not focused on yourself. The thing about leading people is seeing everybody else, and that's what I see in this city. Anytime I'm out in those streets, I'm here to talk to people. I'm here to know what they want, what they need. That's it. You know, it's just focusing on people instead of focusing on oneself.
And what do you feel are the most pressing issues to the office that you are currently running for?
Most pressing issues to the office, I would say the current backlash against the state attorney, Johannes Tiefpunkt.
Can you elaborate?
I've seen multiple complaints about disorderly conduct from Mr. Tiefpunkt, and I would certainly have a strongly worded chat with him. Possible, even further action if I was appointed as mayor, to ensure that nobody would have to be afraid of those who are there to protect them.
A question for Emily, if she doesn't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Why are you running alongside Macdarra? What makes you feel you would be a good assistant mayor?
Well, it's more that he trusts me than the other way around. I don't trust myself that much, but
If I can interject, Miss Emily helped me at a very difficult time. I had fell back into drinking. I was falling back into crime. She picked me up. She helped me, and I trust her judgment. I seek
Yeah.
her judgment. And,
honestly,
you
I'm
know,
your only judgment around, so
And yeah, she might say she doesn't have the confidence, but I have seen this woman in action, and she is a leader. And there is no one that I would trust more to represent me and my values when I'm not around than this woman right here.
And if elected as mayor, how would you pick your staff?
I would pick my staff. I would try my best to avoid people I already have associations with. I would try my best to not let my emotions get in the way, and I would take a clear, logical look at a very detailed curriculum vitae, that's CV.
Next question, then. What do you feel distinguishes you from other candidates that may enter into the running as well?
I ain't a bullshitter. I understand this is politics, but I refuse to be a politician. I am a man. I'm like everybody else you see in the street. I am just a civilian who wants to see change, and I can enforce that change because no one knows how to work harder than the common people on the streets. Everybody we see, they're out working hard, trying their best to make it, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna put every bit of blood, sweat, and tears I have into making this city a better place for the people who live in it and the people who want to live in it.
Wonderful. Back to you, candidate Macdarra. Describe an ethical dilemma you faced, and how did you resolve it?
Back in Scotland, I lived in a small village, and a new family had moved in. Turns out the father was, well, he wasn't a good man. He was a very bad man, and he hurt a lot of innocent people. But this man had children. This man had a wife. What he did on his own. A mob, they went to burn his house down in the middle of the night. Now this mob, these were people I knew my entire life. You know, these were people I had grew up with, people I had shared an enjoyment with, and I couldn't let it happen. When the house was on fire, me and one of my brothers ran into the burning house. We saved the two children, tried to save the wife. I was shunned from my village. I knew I would be shunned, but those children didn't do nothing. I saved innocence while exiling myself from the only place I ever called home. And I knew that the outcome of that would have been.
Right. And one final question before we really wrap up. This is not too invasive since this is just your opening opening run here. Describe an ethical dilemma you faced, and how did you resolve it?
An ethical dilemma I faced. Now that's a tricky one. Not off the top of my head, it might take a little bit of thinking to get to. Ethical dilemma I faced. Ethical dilemma I faced. Very, very good but tricky question. Well, there was this one time a cat was stuck up a tree, and that was back when I was a hall monitor, so someone for some reason put a tree in the middle of the hallway, and then they decided to put a cat up there. But the cat had a gun. So I had to decide, and the way I solved it, I shot the gun. I shot the gun dropped to the ground, I swooped in, saved the cat.
May I ask where the gun came from?
Which gun? My gun or the cat's gun?
I feel like both, but let's start with yours and then the cat's.
My gun, it was a service-issued pistol from the Department of Education.
Fair enough. And the cat?
It was a service-issued firearm from the Department of Feline Education.
Are those two departments often at odds?
Yes, they are. But you know, that incident did strain the relationship, but I managed to glue it back together with my words.
So you consider yourself a problem solver?
I do.
All right. Two final questions to wrap up. I know you only just announced your position as a running for the mayoral position, but do you feel that you'll have any endorsements going forward from any high-ranking officials or political figures within the city?
I believe it's too soon to say. I've yet to receive much feedback. I will update you as I go along. I will send you statements to keep you updated, but at the current time, I have no backing. I'm a man of the people, and I'm sure the people like men. I know that I like men.
All right. So you support any LGBT initiatives that may come your way within the city then?
Of course I do.
All right. And then...
you know,
go
it's
ahead.
very important to have a balanced diet.
Wonderful. Lastly, what do you feel distinguishes you from the other candidates that are running for the position?
Unlike other candidates, I haven't always had it easy. You know, I've been cursed with a disability. I got scoliosis. My mother was a little person with chlamydia, and my dad, it's about 50-50 between he's dead or he's Santa Claus, so I'm not too sure there. So I've had struggles growing up. I've been through different governments. I've lived in North Korea, and I gotta say, not too good. So I have learned from those experiences, and I know that the best thing is what the people want.
And you feel people want Robert Law for mayor?
Oh no, I don't think people really like me, but, you know, I'm not running. It's the cause that's running for mayor. I am merely a vessel in which the people's needs are transferred through.
Have you received any endorsements from other figures within the city?
No, that's what I refuse, no. I have not. I try my best to give back to the public. Big T's Auto, I usually do donations to them for supplies to fix up cars. Or other folks on the street, I might give a donation. Currently, a lot of my money is tied up on the franchising of Friendly Mart. I suppose you could say they are probably a backer. You know, they've helped me out a lot.
Hmm.
Got me at the position where, you know, I am comfortable.
For a bit of clarification, what I mean by endorsement would be like any other elected officials or public servants that would say that they are behind you and supporting your campaign.
Oh, right, okay. I have spoke to the medical chief. They have said that they're going to be voting for me, and they like the ideas that I have. I know that the commissioner said he's going to be voting for me. He likes the ideas I have. A lot of the police department do. Big T's Auto, they're behind me. Friendly Mart, they're behind me. Most people who I've met, I listen to them. So they're behind me.
Last real hardball question before we wrap up. What do you envision accomplishing within your first 30 days as mayor?
Oh, the first 30 days, that is a hardball question. Well, for one, I would definitely like to see our economy be fixed. I would like to see, the ability to buy things, get things done, especially for our boys in blue, And it's to my understanding that the police department and the EMS, they are not getting paid a fair price, in my opinion, as are the common folks in the streets. So the main thing that I want to do is ensure that people are getting paid. I want to make sure that people have money to live. And that's in the first 30 days. Hopefully I can accomplish a lot more than that, but that is the main thing, is making sure that people are comfortable.
Wonderful. So a primary focus on the economy right now.
Yes.
All right.
And businesses.
All right. Then I suppose to close out, do any of the three of you have any other statements that you would want to put out for the public right now while we have you on camera?
Well, for me, as obviously, because there is going to be people asking questions, there have been people asking questions. What do you intend to do as mayor? What do you want to do as mayor? Who are you? Me, I am just a man. I'm just a human being. I'm a working Joe like everybody else. And what I want is to make this city a better place for you. I want you to be able to go to the mayor's office and apply for a business. I would also like to point out that the Macdarra Trust Fund will be a thing. What that entails is, if you want to start a business but you do not have the funds to start said business, me as the mayor, I will give you the money to start your business and you will pay it back over a set amount of time. I want people to be able to start a business and afford that. Okay? That's what I want. I want to see that happen. So, I am here to help you. That's what I am here to do. That's all I can really say. Jake, is there anything you'd like to say about the business?
Look, I mean, like, my unbiased opinion of Mr. Macdarra is that he genuinely wants to help the community, and all the people that work in the community, be like EMS, PD, or just
I was
your
talking
average
more
Joe.
about Friendly Mart.
Huh? Oh, more about Friendly Mart.
Yeah, plug Friendly Mart, plug Friendly Mart.
Yeah, I mean, we're creating jobs, and we have fair prices. And anything else, Lewis?
No, that's it for me. Is there anything you want to say, Emmy, before we go? Okay, Emmy died.
How tragic.
Yeah.
Sorry. What?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine. Any closing statements for us, Emily?
Not really. Louis speaks really well.
I couldn't agree more. Well, then, on behalf of Weazel News, I am Rindis LaRuccio, and it is once again a privilege to have a chance to talk with mayoral candidate Louis Macdarra and his associates.
Thank you for having us.
Have a Friendly Mart kind of day.
All right. Well, I think that about concludes everything here. Thank you again, mayoral candidate Robert Law.
Thank you for interviewing me. Thank you for interviewing me. This has been a great experience.
Of course. And on behalf of Weazel News, I am Rindis LaRuccio, and we are out.